Introduction to Electrodynamics, Chapter 1 of Griffiths, 4th edition. And we're doing a whole bunch of vector stuff because it's just math in this chapter. And there's a lot of stuff in here, I must say. But we're talking about vectors and vector derivatives. In particular, I went over the gradient, I went over the divergence. Now we're going to do the curl. So remember, I have this vector function right here. So I give it x, y, and z coordinates. It gives me back to a vector value. And we have the del operator right here, which is a vector operator. So if you operate that vector on a scalar function, you get the gradient. If you take the dot product between that operator and a vector function, you get the divergence. And if you take the curl, is going to be the cross product. So del cross v is the curl. Now let's talk about what that means. And again, I hate that they name these things so well, right? The divergence tells how much that field diverges. And the curl tells how much of a vector field curls. I mean, it is true, right? So if I have a vector field that looks like this, it doesn't wrap around. It doesn't look like a magnetic field. If I have a vector field that looks like this, so this is curl equals 0, and it is a vector. So I have a vector field like this that has a positive divergence, but it's not wrapping around. This is also a curl equals 0. So a non-zero curl would be one like, I drew it as a circle. So it's wrapping around and making these circular shapes like that. That has a positive, that has a non-zero curl. And the vector in that case would actually be, using the right-hand rule, would be into the board. But that doesn't really matter. Okay, so it's a measure of how much it wraps around. That's what the curl does. Let's go ahead and find the curl of this function, this vector function, and then we'll do it numerically also. Okay. So we know what the del operator is, and we know how to take the cross product. So the cross product del cross v is going to be the determinant of the matrix x hat, y hat, z hat. And then I have the components of this, which are the partial with respect to x, the partial with respect to y, the partial with respect to z. And then I have vx, vy, vz. And so vx, vy, and vz can depend on x, y, and z. Right? And you see up here, the x component depends on both x and y. You could have a z term in there too. So let's write this out. It's going to be a vector. So we're going to take the determinant, we're going to expand about that top row. So my x component is going to be the determinant of this 2 by 2 down here. So I'm going to take this times that, but it's an operator. So I actually get the partial of vz with respect to y minus the partial of vy with respect to z. Now for this, expanding about the y, remember there's the Jacobian, and that makes this a negative term in front of that. So we're actually going to go this way. Right? We're going to do this. So I'm going to say the partial of vx with respect to z minus the partial of vz with respect to x. And then finally, we're going to expand about that one. And I get the partial of vz with respect to x minus the partial of vx with respect to z. And that's my curl. Let's go ahead and do this for that vector right there. So the partial of vz, that's my vz, with respect to y is 0. There's no y's in there. The partial of vy with respect to z is going to be 2y. But there's a minus sign. So minus 2y. Right. Okay. Now we're going to do the partial of vx with respect to z, and it's 0, minus the partial of vz with respect to x is going to be 3z. And then finally, the partial of vx with respect to z. Did I do that one wrong? Partial of v. Oh, this is wrong. This is Vy. And that's Y. Sorry about that. You know, if you're back there and I'm just thinking, hey, I should redo the video, because you may have been back there and said, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He did the wrong one. It's okay to make mistakes, right? Who was that guy? Bob Ross. He's a painter. He made mistakes, right? And everyone liked him. Okay. It's okay to make mistakes. So over here, I double checking this Vx with respect to z minus Vz with respect to x. Okay, that's good. Now I'm Vy with respect to x is 0 minus Vx with respect to y, which is x. So I get negative 2y, negative 3z, negative x. That's my curl. Okay, so how do we do this numerically? Remember, in my previous video, I did a partial derivative of a component of a vector. So I'm going to write out the partial of Vz with respect to y. The partial of Vz with respect to y. This is going to be equal to, I'm going to write it out as Vz, which is the z component, right, of v. And it can depend on x, y, and z, but I'm going to say x, y plus dy z. So I'm going to move it up, since I'm taking the derivative with respect to y, I'm going to move it up a value of an incremental value of y, and then I'm going to subtract off Vz of x, y minus delta y, z. And I feel like I ran out of room. I didn't. Whew. And I'm going to divide that by my interval, which in this case I went up delta y, down delta y, so this is 2 dy. 2 delta, I'm writing this delta y. So Vz is I'm going to put in y plus delta y, but I'm going to take the z component. Okay, you got that? Now I need to do that. I need to do Vz dy, Vx dz, Vx dz. I have to do all these unique terms, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 6 different terms, and then I can put them all together to make an output vector. Okay, well, I'm gonna reuse my code from last time because I'm lazy. So let's go. This is my divergence code. I got to switch. I already have a definition. I've defined a vector function for my vector field, v of x, y, and z. I already did that. So that's what this is right here, right? That's my vector function. Vector function right there. Now I just need to change this to curl. I'm going to change this to curl v, like that. And I'm going to give it an x, y, z, and it's going to return a vector function. So I'm going to still use dx, dy, dz, and I'm still going to use this notation, right? This dvxx is the derivative, the partial derivative of the x component with respect to x, but I don't want that. Let's just do it in the order, I want zy. So I'm going to call this zy. So that's the z component, so this is not going to be dot x, it's going to be dot z, and this is going to be dot z. And then I want to do this with respect to y. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to say plus dy. And I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to say minus dy. And then over here, I'm going to divide by 2 dy. Now I need to do the same thing for dyz. So let's just copy this. See if we can do this. It probably won't be worth copying, to tell you the truth, but I'm going to change this to dz, and this is y, and this is dz, and this is going to be equal to y, and then plus dz, and then get rid of that. And there's and this is yz. Now I'm going to do I'm just looking ahead right here, doing in order xz. So let's do xz. I'm just going to change this one. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy this because that's yz. So xz is going to be the same thing except x, oops, x, and x. Nice. X. Okay, now I'm going to do zx. So I don't have that, but I do have a z up here. So let's do this, and we just have to change this to x. So this is going to be partial of z with respect to x. So that is z. I just need to change these to x's. Plus dx. Minus dx. And then change that to dx. And then this, we're going to call this z. That is what? I said partial of z with respect to x. So that's x. Okay. Now I'm going to do yx. So here I have yz. That's pretty easy. I can just change that. Let's see. That's, I want the partial of y with respect to x. This is the partial of y with respect to z. Oh, so I actually want, it would be easier to do this one, because I can just change these z's to yx. So this is, yeah. Y, oh, xy. That's the x component with, that's right. So just change these to x's. I feel like I'm making a mistake here. And then I need yx. So here's yz. No, I want this one. No, I want the partial of x with respect to y, which is this. So I just need to change this to x's. I think I got that other one backwards. Let's just delete these. I don't want those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I have, this is going to be xy. Yx. So yx is going to be the y component. See, this is all wrong. You try to be clever and you just make things worse. Minus dx. Y dx. Okay, let's go through and check, because I think I made mistakes. So here's the z component with derivative with respect to y. Okay, that's good. Y with respect to z. Okay, that's good. X with respect to z. Good. Oh, this should be y. It doesn't really matter. It's okay. It should work. X with respect to z. Z with respect to x. Good. Y, x with respect to y. Good. Y with respect, okay, I think I got it. Okay, so now I can just return, but you can't see that, return the vector. Now I just need to go back over here. It's going to be zy minus yz. So dv zy minus dv yz, comma, and then xz dv xz minus dvzx, comma, dvy x minus dvxy. Whew. I guess that's right. Okay, so now let's just print that out. Print curl of curl v 1, 2, 3. Again, I'm going to use the vector 1, 2, 3. And I have an error. Missing a right parentheses in line 17. Not surprising. Okay, line 17, vector. Oh, that's all. That was easy one to fix. Okay, -4, -9, -1. Let's go to the board and check if we get the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to say, that's my answer right there. I'm going to put in 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be -2 times 2 is -4. Good. -3 times 3 is -9. Good. -1 times x is -1. Got it. Whew. It's scary, right? It's scary when you do stuff like that. Okay, so we did vector operations, we did the gradient, we did the divergence, we did the curl. I don't know what's coming next, but there will be something.